I was house-sitting my aunt's farmhouse in rural Ohio while she was in Florida for her knee surgery. She said it would be 2 weeks. Easy money. The place is off Route 56, outside Athens, surrounded by corn that hasn't been harvested yet. No neighbors for half a mile. Just the house, a barn that's leaning, and that corn. The first night was fine. Too quiet, but fine. The second night, around 2:17 a.m., I heard footsteps upstairs. Not the house settling. Clear, slow footsteps. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. My aunt told me no one else has a key. I grabbed my phone flashlight and went up. The upstairs is just 2 bedrooms and a tiny attic door in the hallway ceiling. The attic light was on. A bare bulb glowing through the crack. I know I didn't turn it on. I never even opened it. I pulled the cord and climbed the ladder. It's just insulation, old boxes, and a single rocking chair facing the corner. The bulb was swinging slightly, even though there was no draft. I turned it off and went back down. I told myself it was old wiring. On the third night, the footsteps came again. Same time. 2:17 a.m. But this time I heard something dragging. Like a box being pulled across the attic floor. I didn't go up. I put my headphones in and stared at the ceiling until it stopped. In the morning, I decided to look properly. In the daylight, the farmhouse felt less threatening. I went into the attic with my phone recording. The rocking chair was still there. But now there were 3 Polaroid photos on the seat. I picked them up. My blood went cold. The first one was me sleeping on the couch downstairs. Last night. Wearing the same shirt I have on now. The second was me in the kitchen, from behind, standing at the sink. The third was me standing in the attic doorway, looking in. Taken from inside the attic. From the corner where the rocking chair was facing. I dropped them and ran out of the house. I called my aunt, freaking out. She was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "Honey, I told you not to go in the attic." I said, "You never told me that." She said, "The previous owner, Mr. Miller, his son died up there. He used to take pictures. We found hundreds of them when we bought the place. All of people sleeping." I asked where those pictures are now. She said, "We left them in the attic. We thought it was wrong to throw them away." I'm sitting in my car in the driveway right now typing this. The upstairs bedroom light just turned on. I didn't leave any lights on. And in my rearview mirror, I can see the attic window. There's someone standing there. It's not my aunt. I'm a truck driver. I drive US Route 50 in Nevada, the loneliest road in America. If you've never driven it, you can't understand. It's 300 miles of nothing. No lights. No gas. Just black asphalt, salt flats, and mountains that look like cutouts. You learn not to pick up hitchhikers. Company policy, but also just survival. Last Tuesday, about 1:40 a.m., I was about 70 miles east of Fallon. Fog had rolled in off the flats, which almost never happens. My dash cam was on, like always. That's when I saw her. She was standing right on the white line. A woman in a white dress. Soaked, even though it wasn't raining. Long dark hair covering her face. I swerved. I should have kept going. God, I should have kept going. But she looked at me, and I stopped. I don't know why. I rolled down the passenger window. She didn't move. I said, Do you need help? She just got in. No words. She sat in the passenger seat, dripping water onto the floor mat, staring straight ahead. She smelled like copper and wet dirt. After a minute of driving, she finally spoke. Her voice was so quiet I had to turn my radio off. Don't look back, she said. I said, what? She said, slower this time, no matter what you hear. Don't look back. My skin crawled. I looked in my rear view. Nothing in the sleeper cab. Just my blankets. But I started hearing it. Scratching. From behind my seat. Like nails on metal. Scraping from the back of the cab towards me. Slow. The woman grabbed my wrist. Her hand was freezing. Like ice water. She said, he's behind you now. Don't look. If you look, he gets in the front. The scratching stopped right behind my headrest. I could feel breath on my neck. Cold breath. My dash cam has audio. You can hear it on the recording. This wet, gurgling breathing. I kept my eyes locked on the foggy road. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the wheel. I was going 80. She whispered, now. And she was gone. Just gone. Passenger door still closed. Seat wet. I slammed the brakes. I finally looked back. The sleeper cab was empty. Nothing there. I got out to get air. And that's when I looked at my truck from the outside. On the dusty back doors of my trailer, there were 2 sets of handprints. One small, like a woman's, on the passenger side, going down, like she was trying to hold on. And one huge set, smeared, on the driver's side, coming from the roof down, right above my window. I got back in and drove. I didn't stop until Reno. When I checked my dash cam footage at the truck stop, the woman was never there. The passenger seat was empty the whole time. But in the rearview mirror reflection, at 1:43 a.m., you can clearly see a second figure sitting directly behind my seat. Tall. No face. Leaning forward. Watching me drive. I still drive that route. Sometimes, in the fog, I see her again on the white line. I never stop anymore. I moved into a cheap rental in Detroit. Hamtramck area. $600 a month for a whole house. Too good to be true, but I was broke after my divorce. The landlord, Mr. Kowalski, met me there. Old Polish guy, maybe 80. He gave me the keys and said one thing. He looked me dead in the eye and said, never open the basement storage. The one with the padlock. That's not part of rental. You understand? I said sure. The basement is creepy anyway. Unfinished, damp, smells like earth. There are 2 doors down there. One is the laundry. The other is a heavy wooden door with a brand new padlock. Fresh. Shiny. While everything else down there is rusted. First week, I heard scratching. At night. Coming from that locked door. Like a dog trying to get out. I knocked on the landlord's door. He lives 2 houses down. He said, mice. I will put poison. He didn't even look at me. The scratching got worse. It became knocking. 3 slow knocks. Every night at 3:03 a.m. Exactly. I started sleeping upstairs with earplugs. After 2 weeks, I couldn't take it. I went down at noon with a bolt cutter. I know I shouldn't have. But it's my house, I pay rent, and I thought maybe an animal was trapped. The padlock cut easy. Inside, it wasn't storage. It was a small room, maybe 6x6. No windows. Concrete walls. And the walls were covered in carvings. Names. Hundreds of names, carved into the concrete with a nail or something. Dates next to them. Some from the 70s, 80s, 90s. All the way to last year. And in the middle of the floor, a mattress. Old, stained. And a bucket. And it was occupied. A man was sitting on the mattress. Skinny, beard, maybe 30s. He looked up at me, terrified. He said, "You opened it?" He said never to open it. I asked who he was. He said his name was Jacob. He rented this place 8 months ago. He said the landlord told him the same thing. Never open the storage. But he heard scratching too. So he opened it and found someone inside. That person left. So Jacob stayed. He said, "It's the rule. Someone has to be in the basement. Otherwise, he comes upstairs." I said that's insane. "Who is he?" Jacob pointed to the wall. In the corner, behind the door, there were fresh carvings. I hadn't seen them. One said Jacob 2024 dash. The dash, no end date. And under it, carved so fresh there was still concrete dust on the floor, it said my name. My full name. Michael Torres 2025 dash. I never told the landlord my middle name is Torres. It's not on the lease. That's when we both heard the front door upstairs open and close. Heavy footsteps. Mr. Kowalski's voice yelling down, "Michael? You open?" Jacob grabbed my arm and whispered, "You need to hide. You're the new one now. I get to leave."